I've just read the book. You know James Lovelock?
Yes.
Do you know?
Gaia.
Hypothesis Man. He the last book he wrote was called Novacene.
Mm-hmm.
Spectacular book. I've just finished reading it. But it's about the coming of age of hyperintelligence and about the next phase in our planet's evolution is electronic life.
I told you I asked it about the films we make, isn't I? I asked ChatGPT.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
You know, the YouTube channel featuring films by Sarah McCartney and Arthur McBain said yes, they make artistic films with poetry and music and art, and they have made the Iris trilogy and a film about the aroma of Lily of the Valley.
So it's like your hype man.
It's very. It's
also
very
not
odd.
true.
So completely not true. Yes, but. Yeah, it only takes the average of what the internet thinks, so it's never.
It takes like concepts and re-synthesizes them together in like a non-coherent way.
Yeah, and just repeats it in slightly different sentences. So
it's like it takes the fact of Iris from you talking about Iris, and then it looks for other things that people have said about Iris, and then finds like the most elegant way of talking about Iris, which is nothing to do with what you've done, and then like plasters that in.
According to it, I have won a Fragrance Foundation Award and an Art and Olfaction.
Well, you know what, Sarah? Why don't you just like talk to ChatGPT and then you can like live in the world of ChatGPT.
Of lies.
Exactly.
I don't live in a world of lies.
Could think of lots of people who live in that world.
Yeah,
okay, so
what are we doing today then? Are we filming this?
Yeah, you got the hang of it now, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it gets switched on at some point, which we're talking about random things.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? These are the Rose Overdose materials.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And from Bulgaria.
Oh nice.
And
cool.
I'm going there for the Rose Overdose, the Rose Retreat this year, and I'm teaching the class.
Retreat. Oh, it's like a yoga thing.
Except, no, it's just all about roses.
Okay, yeah.
There is no yoga. There is wine tasting and rose harvesting and perfume making and eating and drinking and a rose-scented sound bath.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a rose-scented sound bath?
Yeah, I think you lie there smelling roses and somebody hits a bong.
Yeah.
I think it's like that, yeah.
Have you ever had crystallised rose petals?
Yeah.
They're really tasty. Like the best thing you can have on a cake or a cupcake.
Yes, and crystallised violets as well.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy them in bags in Italy. Or maybe Clartenwell at the Italian shops.
Yeah.
And probably Fortnum and Mason. But yes, I have had that, and they are great, and maybe they have those as well. But
so why did they send you all this stuff?
They did, because what I'm going to do is create some formulas specially to using their materials that they grow at their place.
Okay, cool.
That's the.
Is that the rose?
That is the white rose that they have.
Okay. Is that actually? I guess it is white. Yeah.
Well, we can see tell the difference, so we can smell them. Would you like? There's Arthur's looking.
Sorry, I was just saying. I was just saying. Come on.
Sorry. Get on with it. Yeah.
I went to Plovdiv in Bulgaria like 10 years ago now or something.
We're going to Plovdiv on the way.
I got some rose oil from there. It wasn't like I didn't go to a farmer again. I just went to the shop and bought some, but that was quite nice.
Well, I'm probably going to bring as much home as I can carry.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite expensive stuff.
Yes. Look, and I've got that much essential oil.
That's a lot, to be fair.
Yes.
Oh, and it's got the little crystal things in as well. I remember when I was doing I did a video series on rose on my channel, and I read about these crystal things that appear in the rose.
You go. That's how you tell.
Can you get close up for the camera? Or does it not do that?
No,
I'll have to refocus.
Too much.
Do you know what we could? Do you know what? Yeah, go on then.
It's quite cool if you look at it.
Let me.
There's these thingies.
Okay, here goes.
Like this one as well, is you can see the crystals.
See that? See them in the top there? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Now let's refocus.
Okay, we'll start with the really rare one then. This is the Rosa Alba, which is the white rose essential oil. Because they say, don't they? They say, get your rose essential oil from Bulgaria and your absolute from Turkey.
They've always said that.
They say that.
As the saying goes.
The saying goes. Yeah.
Get your what from Turkey?
Your Rose Absolute.
Because your Rose Essential Oil from Bulgaria.
Oh,
I have
I have some Rose Absolute here.
one of my I have a real deep memory of Bulgaria. I went skiing there when I was about 5. First time I went skiing. Yeah, had a horrible time.
Oh dear.
But I do remember the tomato ketchup that they gave us at lunchtime was the best tomato ketchup I'd ever had. So much better than Heinz.
Well, sorry to hear.
And you know, as the saying goes, get your tomato ketchup from Bulgaria.
That's right. They all say
What happened with the skiing then? Why was that so bad?
I just was possibly too young to be doing something so scary without my mum.
Yeah.
So
I think I felt...
It's not Bulgaria's fault. Let's make this clear.
I'm not having a go at Bulgaria.
No,
I mean, I've only said good things, really. The tomato ketchup's fantastic.
Yes.
I didn't know you could ski there, to be honest. It's quite a southern European country, isn't it?
It's got tall, pointy bit.
It is. I'm absolutely going on.
In Italy and
yeah, I guess that's true.
France.
Because the only time I went skiing, I went to like Finland, which is it's like Arctic Circle.
Yeah, I've never.
So when I think of skiing, I think like super northern like ice landscape.
I skied once. I went to Val d'Isère, and there's no point going anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I didn't. I got dragged there by my French pen friend's family because they weren't going to let a little correspondent ruin their holidays. So we went to Val d'Isère, and I had half a day on the baby slopes thing, and then they said, tomorrow we're going up there, and I went, and tomorrow we went up there, and you know, most of the time I was on my...
I like Val d'Isère.
Anyway, so,
the rose.
The rose. It's all about the rose.
The white rose.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I don't like it that much.
I can't. I'm not sure.
It's tiny.
This is the tiny little bit left over from last year's harvest.
Right.
There wasn't much left, but that would cost a lot of money.
Yeah. That'd be like 30 quid. It's like 1 mil. Probably would be like 50 quid or something like that.
Wow.
Possibly even 2. So that's. But these are mine to work with because I'm creating the formulas.
See, I'm not. Rose never. It's never an ingredient that I smell and go, oh, I
you should
love
have
that.
seen him.
But when it's in things,
yeah.
Should have seen him react to that one a couple of weeks ago. The Roberto Rose pepper.
Oh yeah.
Is that nice?
No.
Not according to Arthur.
No.
Let's go
It
back.
made me feel a bit sick.
Because the thing is, for me, like, oh, is this a new one?
Oh, this is a new thing, and this is not rose.
Because the white rose, I felt like it reminds me a bit of carrot seed oil, like a bit oily, which I don't really like that much. Like terpene.
I know what you mean.
Turpentine.
It's a little bit cleaning.
No. Anyway, it's a new one.
What does they say about one of the world's finest things ever? Yeah, this is a new one.
This
it's
is
a different
amazing.
thing. I haven't told you what it is yet.
I feel like I've got a similar feeling about this one as well.
Oh no, this is
Yeah.
I know this.
You probably don't, mate. I don't think we've smelt this before. You might have smelt it somewhere else, but we have not.
I had this oil from France. It was called like xanthoxylum.
Oh,
or something.
Xanthoxylum is that's actually Timut pepper.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what that is, but it reminded me slightly of just.
Yeah, sometimes with an X, sometimes with a Z. I was looking it up yesterday, and yeah, it's also known as Sichuan pepper.
Isn't what pepper is to me? It was just...
This is not what this is.
No.
That's what the xanthoxylum is.
This smells like spicy rose.
And this is everlasting flower, helichrysum, essential oil.
Yeah, I've not smelled that.
It's not rose.
No, it's like crispy. They have other things. These are not all roses. When I say crispy, they dry out. That's why they're called everlasting flower, and it's a bit of kind of sort of honeyed.
I really like it.
I don't like it.
Do you know?
It smells like, again, like carrot seed oil to me with like a slight touch of aniseed. But maybe I'm just being
getting the anise thing.
Maybe I'm just being like, I don't know what to call it.
Contrary.
Yeah, like just too pessimistic kind of.
Well, I'm really looking forward to using it because I have not used it before. I've had samples of it and I've thought about it, but I've never committed.
Yeah, I feel like that could really be like I feel like you could absolutely build a fragrance around that smell.
Well, of course, what I want to do is use it with the rose, because my intention for this course, I mean, I'm doing 3 classes in the week. There's lots of other things going on. But so I've got my rosette arbor and my helichrysum together. It's known for being sort of sweet and honeyed.
I feel like when I smell that and go back to the rose, it makes the rose smell nice a little bit.
Yes. Good old perfumery. Shall we do now for something completely different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these still are coming from the same place. I'm just dipping tiny mats. Sticking it down the hole, so I can't possibly overdo it because these are all at 100%. So we're getting tiny amounts, tiny smidgens.
Thank you.
Different. This is different. Okay, different.
Oh, this is rosemary.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, yes.
This is
that is great.
This is to be used in smidgens. It really can. Yeah. So it is like pinching a little bit off a rosemary bush and scrubbing it between your fingers. And
I do like rosemary, but I feel like this isn't the best rosemary I smell.
I'm not that fond of rosemary essential oil anyway, but
it's got some almost like tea, maybe like chamomile kind of nuances in this one.
There's a slight.
It's quite sharp.
It smells like it's good for you, rosemary. For me, it always smells a little bit.
There's a back end of something animalic in it, I think.
Yeah,
there's a back end of something.
Back end of a lizard. I don't know, something like.
There's the back end, like in the very, like there's a slight bit of. I don't want to say it. It sounds like I'm slagging it off, but I'm not. It's like a little bit wee. But in a good way. But in a good way.
It has a certain pungency.
Maybe that's
I really like it.
Okay.
Not the smell of wheat. Oh god.
Yeah, dig yourself out of that one. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna bop around a bit here. I'm going with this one. So I might not use all of these in different fragrance exercises because we've just got. It's got 3 sessions to work with.
So you're doing a workshop. What?
Yeah.
So
I'm the guest perfumer.
So
that's enough.
People who are like it's a retreat for people who are just interested in the rose harvest.
Yeah.
So they're not already perfumers.
Well, I actually don't know. It's booked up, which is nice. And Sylvia, she came over here, just turned up one day, said, can she come to visit? And we said, yeah, of course you can. And so we got talking, and it was funny because we sort of agreed about almost everything, world philosophy.
Oh, good.
And then she said, and by the way, I have rose fields in Bulgaria, and I was wondering if you might like to be the guest perfumer. This was about last September, October, and I had to keep quiet until it was announced. And yes, yes, I would.
I know what this is.
Cool.
What's this?
Lavender.
Yes, it is.
Yes. 8 years later, I'm starting to be able to name lavender.
But, Arthur.
Yeah?
Is it lavender essential oil?
It's lavender absolute.
Yes, it is, Arthur.
I thought it was a trick question, so.
No, it was not really. It's lavender, you're quite correct. And so what I'll do is get out the essential oil as well, and then we can...
See what the difference is.
We do. Because lavender absolute, some of it has too much something in which I can't remember. Can you remember? It's one of the coumarins.
Yeah, it's like 7-methoxycoumarin.
It is. Oh, yes.
No, this is my favourite one so far.
Right.
I like lavender
but
absolute.
I've got one that's not very 7-methoxycoumarin-y, so I just have to have a look at the...
And is that something that makes it restricted?
Yeah, something which very, very restricted. So because I use it in what I did on my holidays, and
thank you.
So this is the essential oil.
No.
I think the Absolute's much nicer.
The Absolute is bigger. It's denser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greater and
it's more
heavier.
detailed.
It has more, yes.
Well, the Essential Oil is usually a bit brighter. It's like a bit fresher.
Yeah.
Whereas the Absolute's like, you're lying in bed and it's like someone with a big duvet, that big purple duvet, just like pulling it over your head, telling you it's time to sleep right now.
Yeah, whereas the other one is a bath bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Absolute's just gorgeous. So, yeah, it's nice because mine with the, I think it's either trace amounts or none at all, 7-methoxycoumarin that I have from where is great to use because I can use a lot.
Yeah.
But so I have to check on this, but you can use them together.
Yes.
See, that's what's nice about it. Like you can use Rose Essential Oil and Rose Absolute together, so you can got Rose at the start, flighty Rose. And
if you want a big lavender perfume based around lavender, you can have a lavender top note Essential Oil, and then you can have a lavender mid note with Absolute. You have a big lavender bush.
Absolutely.
In the perfume.
Absolutely. Perfume joke. Sorry.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
No, I realised I was about to say absolutely before you said absolute, and I thought I'm just going to go with it. I sort of want to keep my favourite. No, okay. Righty. Tiny amounts this time, so I'm not doing people's noses in. But even with tiny amounts, I think we can smell them all right.
I must have mentioned this before, but I always do all my evaluations as like at 10% as like a baseline, which means when I smell stuff pure like this, it's kind of I don't have something to like compare it to in my head. I'm not used to it. It's so maybe some of this stuff's just so strong that I'm like, Well,
this is what I'm going to do next, is dilute them.
Yeah.
Back to Rose again.
Back to Rose, yeah.
Yes, we are.
I think this Rose is nicer than the first one.
Interesting.
Personally.
This is the other essential oil.
Yeah.
So this is your Rosa Damascena essential oil, which is more rich and fruity.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely more fruity. It's a bit sweeter. It's a bit lighter. It's less like earthy or oily like turd.
If you smell do you know which one is the Alba? Was this? Yes, smell mine because. Oh, I was captioning.
It's more spicy, that Alba. It's more like.
I find it.
Herbs and spice.
Maybe sort of. Maybe even a little bit more lemony.
Is it? Maybe, yeah, maybe.
I just say
maybe, a bit
maybe
like.
Not.
No, it could be like a bit lemony, but like to me, like lemon, herbs, and spice.
They overlap.
Spice is like when I say spice, I mean like. I don't know. It's like.
But this essential oil is.
But to me, that's more like. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of like herbal essential oils which give you like these like muddy remedy smells.
Right.
And it reminds me more of that, whereas this other one is because it's a bit fruitier, a bit more like petally, a bit more floral, and it's a bit like more voluminous. It's a bit kind of lighter and like let's say yummy. I don't know.
Yummy is a good word. Yeah.
So that's why
I'm up for that.
Yeah. But I'm not saying it's like, don't use that one if you like if it's in your composition. That's it.
Well, I'm going to be working with. Probably all of them, but probably a little bit less with the Alba because if I fall in love with it, then I can't have any more. So it's like, don't fall in love with something that's out of your area. Okay.
Oh man.
Only 3 more. So no, I was just telling you, I was captioning.
Yeah.
You can now do closed captions on Vimeo.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, do you put all your videos on Vimeo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I put them on Vimeo.
That's where they start
the
their life.
Patreon. They start on Vimeo, so you don't get any ads. So anyone who's subscribed to the Patreon gets them.
Right.
Pure.
So is that only for people who are on the Patreon?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly.
Is it private Vimeo kind of thing?
Yeah. Occasionally I let some of them out, or after a couple of years I might.
You need
that's a real shame. It's a real shame that's obscured by the large bottle of Rose Juco at 10%.
I was thinking actually, like, that must be a lot of Rose Živko in this bottle. Like,
that is 80 grams of Rose Živko.
Is that for one of your workshops? Or?
Yeah. But that for me, that is quite a lot. But that 80 grams of Rose Živko for me is not a lot, given how much Rose Živko
I mean, Rose Živko is really nice, so I do understand that completely.
Not some, I've got a lot.
I mean, I've got some. Oh, this is like a lemony kind of thing.
It is like a lemony kind of thing.
It is.
Like citronella kind of.
Citronella.
So this is actually Melissa. Melissa officinalis.
Is she mates with citronella?
Melissa is citronella's best friend. Possibly, and then there might even be cousins.
Well, citronellol is what I was thinking.
I was taking the piss. I'm sure it does, but Melissa officinalis is balm.
Balm. What's balm?
Lemon balm or a balm? There is. Yeah, I think it's called lemon balm.
Lovely, really lovely.
I don't like this.
It's a bit for the British. I'd say it's quite cleaning fluidy.
Everything with citronellol in reminds me of like. When I used to go to Spain, there were these like insect repellent candles. It just makes me think of like insect repellent.
It made you think about what a horrible time you were having in Spain
with all the mosquitoes. Like
I burn citronella, and I have like a little oil burner. It's the thing I burn in my room, not for mosquitoes, but just because I love the smell.
Interesting.
I love it.
This now?
Love it.
Yeah.
I feel immediately comforted by this.
Good.
Interesting.
By itself. It's lovely. To use in a perfume, it's quite tricky. And when you say tricky, it always means tiny amounts, or otherwise it takes over.
I feel like this pierces through anything.
Yep.
That sharp, lemony smell, right? That's like anything else, it pierce right through it, and that'll be what you smell.
Like
which is why it's a little bit cleaning fluidy, because they need things that are going to pierce through.
Even just to give the effect that that's what's happening.
I feel like sometimes with something like this, like the best thing to do is like go all in on it for people like you who really like it. Just make a completely citronella thing.
You can just go walk down the street repelling mosquitoes.
Yeah, and humans.
Yeah.
This is though it feels like it has a very warm, gooey middle. It's not just spiky.
Yeah, it does have. It's got like extra stuff to it.
Yeah, it's like
It's a bit like you were saying.
Creamy.
The other thing with the pea thing.
What?
You know, the other thing had like its initial smell. And then, like the more other smell, the middle smell.
Was that the rosemary? Like?
Yeah, the rosemary. Yeah.
Like two layers to it, like the sharp bit, and then like.
Yeah.
A centre. Let's say a heart note.
Really nice.
Yes, all the many things it's made out of. Okay, we have two more.
Remind me of rose a bit though. I guess it's citronellas and rose as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So maybe those would blend nicely.
Yes. I've never tried that before, but I've got a lot to do before I set off. So, So next month is not allowed out of the lab month. Basically.
The first month is sunny. You're locked.
I'm going to be handcuffed to the scale.
Yeah.
Okay, I dipped this one a little bit more deeply, but.
Thank you.
I got some really lovely samples in this week.
Your plant is like completely on an adventure right there.
It is on an adventure, but what happened is it came off that plant, which had already gone on an adventure.
So it's really gone on an adventure.
Yeah. So, but what's happening now is that I just plonked it in there.
Yeah.
And
drag it in.
Plant, here it comes.
Is this like what they call a cutting or something?
Yes, it's more of a falling. They just kind of snap off. So now it's growing little new bits all over the place. So tiny little. It's going to grow branches wherever the.
So one day this room is just going to be like absolutely full.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there are many. There's one there and one there, and if anybody wants them, this is not the classical shape. I've got to say for money plant, but I just think you got to take care of your money plants.
Oh, are they money plants?
Yeah. Yeah, that one's.
When do they grow the money?
Oops.
Also known as a jade plant as well, isn't it?
Is it? That makes sense.
It's
they're currently just growing money. There you go.
Maybe like because they grow so many plants, you can sell them, and that will get you money. They actually look quite cool though. The leaves.
Yeah. I love the way they just
shiny blobby leaves.
Yeah, the shiny blobby is good in a plant. But I've had that one for a long time.
Yeah.
And you just want to keep them happy.
Got a nice pot as well.
Yeah.
terracotta kind of.
Yeah, proper
I'll-
terracotta.
It must be infuriating
This
for people
one.
watching this.
Can't
Oh, is
see
it,
any of
we've
this,
gone dark, haven't we?
No. Just you're talking about something that's
About
off the
stuff.
Because
camera.
something you
Camera,
can't
yeah.
see. I'm so sorry.
You can cut it
Yeah.
out.
There it is.
No, we'll focus on it. That's a good idea. Thank you.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Oh, this,
spectacular plan.
This smells quite indolic, this thing.
So this one is
Rose
the
Absolute.
actual Rose Absolute, the Rosa Damascena
Right.
Rose Absolute. So quite often,
Yeah.
Rose Absolute is not made out of Rosa Damascena. It's the
This
other one.
this is. It smells moist.
That word.
Why do
Yeah.
people have a? People hate that word, don't they?
Not as bad as pamper.
Oh yeah,
I can't bear it.
for one to pamper.
Yeah.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
No, because what it is it you know, in the same way, it's very refreshing in the same way that if you whack your nose right into the middle of a rose that's still attached to the ground, so it's still wet.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of water in it.
I know what you mean. It's like that dew.
Yeah.
Dew. It's like that. It feels
It's
like,
like-
that.
Yeah,
That like dewy drop kind of.
it's very refreshing.
It's like a rainy day kind of smelling the rose.
That's right. Yeah.
But it's weird because it's not as projecting as it's not as loud as the other ones. I think it's actually like it's more subtle and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
holds closer to the paper.
Because
This
the
to me
others
is-
were essential oils.
Yeah.
And this is the absolute. So like the difference between the lavender essential oil with absolute. This is more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is whacking your nose right into the
Yeah.
middle, like pressing it
Yeah.
into the flower, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
I like it.
this.
I think it's nice. I think this is possibly the nicest one.
Yeah,
So
this is a
I
very
think
pleasant
we
experience.
will all of us now get over the thing about getting your Rose Absolute from Turkey, because now the one from Bulgaria, I think, is.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm going there. I like it. It's more. It's less sticky than the other one I have. But I know it's pure. Well, the other one I have is a bit more runny. And
Yeah.
less runny.
Okay.
I mean, this is more
Yeah.
runny. What am I talking about? The other one I have is more. What is the word for the opposite of runny?
Gooey.
Viscous.
Yeah, viscous. That's the one I was searching for and not finding. So the last thing, to my surprise, that I got from there,
Oh yeah.
which you can see.
I can see it. Yeah. Though I remember actually, I think that that some of that is grown in Bulgaria, isn't it?
Mm.
After,
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite famously,
Yeah.
I think.
Tomato ketchup.
Yeah, this is tomato. You can tell by the colour. So I think if you're accustomed to smelling at 10%,
What would you do if it was like the absolute of the tomato ketchup that you had
all the
on
same.
the skiing?
Because we've got
Amazing.
the tiniest amount on this, so it's
Yeah.
probably okay. We're not trying to overwhelm you with it.
Yep.
But that's all you need. Maybe months.
It's good. It's nice. I like it.
And so Arthur doesn't
I know
really-
this.
Yes, you do.
I do know this. This is a flower.
It has a flower. It's
This
not
has a flower. It's
normally known for
labdanum.
No, it's not normally known for its flowers. It's normally
Tricked by the brown
Mm.
dot. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
It is definitely
Tobacco.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, it's like a pack of blue
I'm
drum.
speaking,
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's
So,
like
yeah.
a freshly opened pack of pipe tobacco.
Yes. And see, I'm fancying that with the helichrysum. Very
I
much.
like tobacco a lot.
Yes.
It can be a bit funny though. I find when you put it in blends, like it doesn't always turn out how you thought it would.
No, I
Doesn't-
mean, Dark
yeah.
Night of Old Havana is 18% tobacco and you can
Yeah.
hardly smell it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It gets a bit
Yeah.
lost when it's other
But this
things.
one has had its nicotine removed in the process, so I can use it.
So can you only use these, or do you like basically mostly use, like try to feature these and then put in else whatever you
Feature these,
Right.
yeah. No, I know. I wouldn't attempt to make
Yeah, it's going to be very
a
difficult
decent
otherwise.
fragrance with just
Yeah.
these. Although you could just dilute the Rose Absolute and the Rose Essential Oil together and
Yeah.
just wear it. But I think to bring the best out of these things, I'm going to mostly take over materials which are, white biotech,
Yes.
and biodegradable, and
yeah.
show what you can do to get
Mm.
bring the essential oils.
Yeah.
Sort of almost breathe some life back into them.
Yeah, nice. Given you very generous amounts of like rose and tobacco. And
they really
stuff,
have.
Which is quite cool.
Yeah, they really have. But then I really do want to do. You know. Like,
you do need a fair amount to make something.
Yeah, I'm going to make sort of this much of stuff and then start experimenting and
I think my top 3 are the Rose Absolute, Lavender Absolute, and tobacco. The expensive ones.
Oh, the Rose Essential is way more expensive than the Rose Absolute.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But still not way more expensive than I would normally.
Yeah.
I have to say. It's so warm in here, it's gone almost on crystal. Because I've had the radiator on earlier and forgot to turn it off. I should probably turn it off owing to the fact that the fuel bill... December 2021 was...
It's not too cold.
That doesn't work.
Cold today,
you know? It turns out that doesn't... Yeah.
I was actually thinking about tobacco recently. Like, have you smelled those... There's some nice... there's this like small genre of perfumes which is this like... based on the tobacco vanilla kind of combination. I was thinking it's how to do something like that.
Tom Ford.
Well, I haven't actually smelled that one, but there was like Penhaligon's Halfetti.
Oh yeah.
And
is that one?
Something else I smelled at some point. Is it? Yeah, I don't even know who it's by, but because someone asked me about this, and I was like, I actually don't know how you go make that kind of thing. Because when you smell that kind of composition, it smells so different from a lot of other perfumes. It really is tobacco centric. I was thinking, I wonder how that works.
Dark Heart of Old Havana.
Yeah, I mean, probably is. I haven't, as I say, I haven't smelled them, but it'd be interesting.
So no
exercise. Let's say.
Oops. We have smelt most of these things.
Are we still doing filming stuff?
Possibly not, but have you smelt that?
Patchouli.
Yeah.
Patchouli.
Oh yeah, let's get that out. Okay. Let's finish on that again.
Okay.
Revisiting.
The things that I eventually decided to buy from Roberty.
Yeah.
I did order the cocoa butter.
Oh, can I have a look through the box? What you got?
Yeah, you can look through the box.
It's weird when I'm watching my camera.
Yeah.
When I'm watching it, it doesn't cut off.
As soon as you look away.
Yeah.
It goes naughty.
I don't know why.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're from a few different places, these. So I've ordered a few things, and here you go.
Thanks.
And then you can... It's a co-distillation.
Yeah.
Patchouli, obviously. But the other thing is not oud. Would you want to guess what the other thing is?
It's all like labdanum to me.
Yes! He's good.
Is it? There was one they had, and it was called Bois d'Encens.
Bois d'Encens, I've got it downstairs.
Oh,
yeah.
can I smell that?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, and that's, I think, cedar and frankincense.
Centellide. I need to smell that.
I've smelled that. I think.
Someone was
I can't afford it.
Someone was talking about this on my Discord the other day.
Yeah.
I saw like a load of people have this in their formulas, like online formulas.
Really?
So.
Well, I got a lot of money then, is all I can say.
Is it expensive?
Yes, I decided I couldn't justify it.
Yeah, but you got it anyway.
No, that's.
Oh, that was a free sample.
It was a.
Did you ask them?
It was it's an evaluation sample.
Well, aren't they all evaluation samples?
They are, but I bought. I mean, if I get these things, I always buy something. So actually, I bought the Irisone, but I think that's a. But yes, there.
Interesting. What's Gunjan? Sorry.
Gudgeon Blossom. Here you go. Gudgeon Blossom is okay. Here's a thing, which is a co-distillation of Gudgeon Balsam and a thing, which I'm sure you'll know.
Yeah. Okay.
Gudgeon Balsam is a very sort of friendly background. It's like the rhythm guitar of the balsam world.
Okay. It's like nice.
Yeah.
It's not too.
It doesn't take over. It doesn't run a bit of front. Like the second violins.
It's not like a pop and act.
No.
Where it's very like I've got a distinctive personality. And
yes.
You know what I'm getting from this?
What are you getting?
Flaming hot Monster Munch.
Well, it's the cocoa absolute. The cocoa, yeah.
Cocoa powder, you know, when you make a hot
chocolate. So what this is cocoa absolute. Well, cocoa on gudgeon. Gudgeon, yes, co-distilled.
Okay, cool.
So that's coming in.
So if I smell all of these different things with gudgeon, eventually I'll understand what gudgeon smells like.
I also have that downstairs somewhere by itself.
But you could just cheat.
What do you think of the patchouli then?
Well, to me, it just smells like different labdanum, and I don't know. I'm not that fussed. It's like it's fine, anyway. But you know, like you could just also get labdanum and a touch of patchouli because it doesn't actually smell there's that much of it, and mix them together. And
you could.
I can't imagine it smells that different. I mean, maybe I'm.
Am I just?
Missing something.
No, maybe I'm just.
No, but
what's the word? Yes, I'm.
It's cool to try it though because the thing with the co-distillation is that there can be reactions in the co-distillation, right, that occur to technically like create something that wasn't in either of the parts.
I'm feeling better now.
It can, like it's definitely worth the trying it. I smelled one the other day, like the other one, Bois de l'Inde.
Oh yeah.
And that was quite cool. That was cedarwood and I think fir balsam absolute.
Oh, and I just got some fir needle absolute as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
And I feel like those are two of my favourite words, like cedarwood and.
And I found some beeswax.
Interesting smell of.
I got
needle. Okay, cool.
That's at home. You can.
Maybe we should do that. Like, you should start a new arm of your business, doing like co-distillations of weird and wonderful things. So you could take like your beeswax and.
Well, I'm not going to do that work because I've got enough to do.
Yeah.
But I don't mind selling other people's.
Yeah.
I'm buying them. I'm going to share. Because I can't justify filling the entire place with more stuff.
Do you ever send like these kind of these like unusual raw materials, like I don't know this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever like send out like a tiny thing to people on your Patreon, say like this diluted to like 10% or something?
I haven't. I could.
I don't know. I'm just wondering.
I normally just say, "Hey, I've got this really lovely thing. Do you want? Who wants some? It's good." Yeah.
Yeah.
I will sometimes when people come in. I just try and talk them into it.
Sorry, it's a random idea.
No, it's not a random idea. It's actually it's a good idea. But just some of them I can't post anywhere these days. And if I put them in alcohol, I'm stuffed. So
yeah. Oh, but don't you send samples anyway as part of one of the like tiers?
Only to the UK, and most of my maker patrons are not in the UK these days.
Yeah.
Although they're just like, okay, this is the thing. Now we've done the Robert Tay film, Arthur and I, but he's not. And Arthur can probably just fade out on us at some point. Not you personally, owing to the fact that. We could probably just talk for the next several.
Do you mean like take the volume and over the course of 10 minutes slowly fade it from like 0 to minus 100 decibels? So like the audience just slowly notices us getting quieter and quieter.
Like 2 seconds.
The audience just slowly go to sleep.
Yes. Maybe we should do the whole thing as ASMR.
You need like one of those microphones for that though.
Like that one.
I'm really close to the camera.
Because isn't the point of that like you have a left and a right and you talk like to the left part and then the right and then on someone's headphones it's like they hear it in that ear.
Yeah, we did a podcast episode like that for At Your Peril where it feels like it's around you.
Yeah, we'll have to only find out
what
he's
actually
saying.
Yeah.
Hear it back.
Goodbye, everybody.